Hello friends, Enzo Davis here one more time. I want to talk about this Firefly guitar today. This is the FFLS, which is a copy of a guitar called Little Sister by a company, I think it's called B&G. The guy from the Tape Farm did a fantastic review of this guitar and many other Firefly guitars, and they will tell you more about it than I can. But I want to tell you in particular about this unit that I received and the guitar design itself. So first of all, I want to tell you why I decided to buy this guitar. Then I will tell you so far what it feels like to me right now to play it, and at last I'll tell you if I think it's worth having. So number one, I'm a guitar geek like most of you out there, and this guitar design is a pretty unusual, pretty unique one. Starting by a Gibson scale length 24 3/4 of an inch. It's a shorter scale length, but with a tailpiece, giving you this harp section right here, and this type of slotted headstock, which give you more tension on this end. So you have extended, kind of like a harp in this side, extended on this side on a short scale length. Then you have a smaller body size, which means that you can have access to a significant amount of frets, good for soloing. Finally, this guitar is a semi-hollow body. I would have wished this was a hollow body, but it's a semi-hollow body with P90s. I would have wished it had humbuckers. That being said, it is somewhat of a breathe-through hollow body because the center block doesn't go all the way to the end. So there is, you can hear how it's solid all the way until here. So the center block somewhat ends somewhere around here. And the guys at the Tape Farm did a good look inside, and you can see that's actually good news, because I'm looking for the most acoustic properties for this instrument. That's a good news. So center block, you have this 2-pneumatic bridge, type of bridge, and you have this tailpiece here. You know, it's a cheap piece of metal, but it does the job, fulfills the function. So a guitar with all of these specifications is a pretty unique instrument that I believe would perhaps fill a gap in between the high gain guitars that I use and something that has a more pluckety sound due to this construction for my bachata sound. I didn't have something like this, so I jumped at it. One more thing, it's a beautiful instrument. It's very beautiful, always with many cosmetic imperfections that you can only get from Firefly, exclusive guitar manufacturing imperfections that are these are charming at this point, you know. Not likable, but somewhat charming. So starting by the tuners are not very good at all. They're not even appropriate for electric guitars. You see this barrel that is plastic? That's not the way it should be if you want to wind metal strings. It has to be metal, and it has to hold the string somehow. This is not the proper design for this. And if you see the original Little Sister guitar, they don't use these plastic barrels. They use something else. They use something resembling the regular machine heads, but in a slotted fashion. And I have many guitars from ear that have that feature. So, but these are very hard to replace because they're expensive. You know, I was looking around $70, $90, $100 and more dollars to get the proper tuners that go in this guitar. Due to that, the tuners don't work very effectively. So far, let's see. By the way, this is the first time I play this guitar. I didn't plug this guitar in, and it is just stuck factory. I have done no setup. First time I play this guitar. So, and the proof is, look at my fingers, you know, they're all black. I didn't play this before. Okay, so let's see if it held tune. Not quite, but to be expected. I would say these tuners are a little bit less good than your average Firefly guitars because of the mismatch. Not necessarily because of the quality of the tuner. Moving on to the nut. I think it's well cut. I think they say it's a bone nut. The yellowish color does remind me of it, of a bone nut, but I cannot corroborate that it is. Fret board, fret job. Okay, it's a rosewood fretboard. The finish is not amazing. It is a little dry, as to be expected. The fret ends are good. These are traditional nickel frets, traditional job, but I would say there's no sprout, and they're fairly well rounded at the end. So good fret job, I would say, for this price point, which is $200, actually is good. You have the truss rod here. This is a plus for me. I really like it, but I don't know if it works very well because I have not tried it. Let's hope it does, because the guitar is fairly well set up, just like any other Firefly guitar that I received recently. Moving on, the pickups are actually very good. I'm very impressed by the quality of these pickups. They sound very nice. I really like the way that these pickups, this P90 sound. The bridge pickup is a little bit low in volume. Maybe I need to adjust the height. This works fine, knobs and everything. Full size pots. What else? Gold Tunematic bridge, golden color. This guitar is made out of multiple pieces of mahogany. I see 1, 2, 3 so far. The centerpiece is kind of small, and it has like a smudge right here where they glue one of the pieces, and that's unusual. I've never seen that in Firefly guitars. More imperfections to add to the list. Very interesting. It has a very ugly mark when they drilled the hole to put the output jack. They actually damaged some of the wood, the back wood on the inside, but it didn't damage completely, so you cannot see it on the other side. You cannot see it on this side, but you can see it through here. I think another guy was mentioning that they chipped the wood at the headstock. Whatever. Imperfections. What else? All of this resin is inside the F hole. You could see it clearly. It's nasty. But the actual finish of the guitar on the outside is very nice looking, especially the front. Not on this side because it has that joint right here that you can see where they join the wood. But it is okay. Now, so this is your standard Firefly, what you would expect. I would say the fret job is better than a lot of guitars. Better than most Harley Bentons that are under $250 for sure. That being said, what do I think about this guitar? So I had a mixed opinion about it. I just right now opening it up and playing it for you. First, I didn't like the neck profile. I felt it was a little bit too chunky. I wanted something more modern, That's one. Two, after starting to play it, that went off my mind and I wasn't thinking about it much. And I was enjoying very much the very warm tones that I was getting out of it. It's a very warm guitar, very nice for bluesy kind of tone. I'm looking forward to experiment with this in bachata more. By the way, these tracks that you're listening at the beginning, they're for sale on my Bandcamp account store, and you can purchase them and support this channel. So check them out. You can just play with them, jam around. They have all of the modes of the major scale, and it's a series called Exploring Bachata Jazz. So please check them out. And yeah, I look forward to playing more with this guitar. I look forward to really learn what it could do. But this is something very special. I highly recommend anybody that likes to experiment with guitars. This is what Firefly really is good for, in my opinion. To try things that you couldn't afford right away, you know, like this is a safe bet. I like this design so much that I bought two. I'll show you the other one. So this is the first time I hold this guy. This is the one that doesn't have the cutaway, and it's like that yellow cherry burst. You know, same Firefly with its perfections and imperfections, but this design itself is a very special, very unique design, and I'm very glad that I have it, and I'm gonna experiment with it a whole lot. So I hope you like this review. This hopefully can help you if you're looking into this particular model whenever it comes up into the Guitars Garden website. Thank you.